you're right.
You gotta drive fuel in it.
Unless you're upset your
It's
care
like us in,
basket.
Yeah, you never
you get like
know.
cupcakes or cakes or
Cookies
cookies or something.
or
And these don't go fast because we don't want to give the kids 200 cookies, you know, because
Okay, Lawrence, your
they
turn.
run around the house at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So what usually happens is I have to take a plate full of them into work.
Yeah,
I just put them in the maintenance department and that's it. They're gone quick. And they don't care if they're a day old or a week old or a month old. They don't care. As long as they taste okay, if you wash down with coffee, they're gone.
Kelley.
No, not all. Well, the thing then, but there's a couple of, oh yeah.
You have to wait.
Four.
Good job. You're right. You're right.
4.
Okay, Ben's turn.
Make sure that that's a legal beer.
That's a legal beer. I tell you, it's got no alcohol and no flavor.
Ben was the first one to enter.
I
the
tell
country.
you.
Wait a minute now, you can't put it on yet, wait a second.
Here, you got
Yes, stand back
Yeah,
here where the...
Denise, have them pick their nose.
Here, pick your nose. I'll take this one.
Not old enough, yeah.
Kathy, you almost have another nose.
I know it. I'll just turn it twice, I think.
That's
3 times is too much. 1,
I think I'd rather
2,
take my nose.
okay, now just walk straight
Put your
ahead.
arms out.
Straight ahead, put your arms out, feel for the door.
Hey.
Over here.
No peeking.
Feel where the paper is. Feel
Where's the
where the
paper?
paper
Find the
is.
paper, you gotta find his nose. Find his nose. Stick it on there.
No peeking.
No peek.
fire.
So 1. There you go.
Hey, there's your, see? There it is. See that? Here's Ben. No, you gotta leave it there. No.
I'll take it off.
This is Ben, this is Kelley. So you're closer. See? You're
Leave it there.
The idea is to get it
Lauren,
close.
come on, Dan.
Lauren, you ready?
Okay, you're fine.
That's gonna be too tall. You're gonna have to reach up high, Lauren. I was on my knees putting this thing on, trying to figure out where it is. I have it already.
Oh, she's got
Her
it.
name's in my
Danny's
mouth.
not gonna do it because he can't see.
Kelly, you hold it. Hold it, come on. Here we are. You know, the nose.
Hey, just follow the car.
That's for Laura.
Spade it away.
Hey,
wait, you watch Lauren.
Okay,
honey,
Lauren.
then you can have a turn.
Lauren's gonna try.
Hand Lauren.
There's no way you can
I
have
know, I mean, did you say I?
Hey, Bud, give me a second.
It's true.
Come here, sweetie. Yay, Lauren.
How's Mark gonna reach that?
I got you.
I know it. You gotta remember to go high, honey, alright? Let me turn you on. Let me turn you on. Ready? Okay, go high. Go high. Go higher. Higher.
Pretty good.
Alright.
Oh,
Yay! Good job.
Easy count, easy. Go down.
Yeah,
Go down.
High up. Wait a minute. She wants to see what I put it. Right here. This is yours. Right there.
Mine.
Well, I thought the same.
Now, okay, Devin, it's your turn.
Maybe it's
Yeah, I know.
Dev, you want to play?
Yeah, come here, man.
Oh, okay, you don't have to.
Wait, never mind.
Okay, you don't have
Yeah,
to.
he doesn't want to play either.
Surprise me.
Danny, aren't you gonna play? Where are you?
You don't want a prize?
Ruh-roh.
Uh-oh.
Come on, Dan.
No, he doesn't like it. I think the last time we tried it,
You know,
Ben.
You want to go again?
Oh,
All
wow.
right, let me see your name. That's Devin. So we'll let you do Devin. Devin's not going to play.
Well, is there another one?
Yeah, well, there's one that don't have
Danny,
any.
oh, there's no, yeah.
Turn around.
The timer on it.
Now just look at Cal, well, before you put the blanket, let her look and possibly where it
You
is.
know where it is by now.
Well, I know.
Okay. Let me turn you.
One.
Okay, go.
Fire.
That's better. Want to do it again?
See where it
Okay.
is, Cal? Almost down his nose.
What's that, bud?
Yeah, you gotta remember where it is.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
No, Kel, you can't move it.
No.
No. That's cheating.
That's
cheating.
on
That's
there.
right, no cheating.
Kelly.
This is the fun of the game.
Can I get a prize?
Wait up,
This is the end of the
we're
game.
not done.
Who's is that?
Benjamin needs a
Who's
nose.
this?
Give Benjamin a nose.
That's Danny.
Dan, you gonna play it?
You gonna play, Dan?
We're just gonna watch and stay.
Why don't you want to play?
Okay,
Right here.
there you go. No cheating. See where you play? Over here!
I'm
It's
here.
further away than this one was.
Oh, that's alright.
I win. No, I
I think it's a tie.
Yeah. That sounds like a good thing.
won. Here, feet.
It's spring.
I laying on the ground.
What's he saying?
Dad.
He says, hey, where's Dad? Where's Dad?
I just gave you that hat for my feet.
All I know is I have
Mama.
What are you saying? I'm wearing pink.
Michael say mama.
Just watching Daddy small fish.
Oh,
Good job.
I made them.
what'd you get?
Oh my goodness.
He got a portable race car. Well, I think I'm going to have to move. I'm not getting any video but the back of a bunch of kids' bodies.
Michael, push.
Hi there.
Hey, Bob, he had this before. He liked it, so that's why.
Keep going.
Yeah, look at me. Hey, Harold, you look like Laurel Hardy sitting over there with that hat on.
Let's take it out of the box.
I can't.
You can't get close to it. What you should do is toss that into the middle of the room and maybe the crowd will go with it.
We're gonna open up another one.
It's like you open up the toy and you put it away from the crowd and everybody moves over there. Back up a little bit. Lauren, back up a little bit.
Wait a minute, how about Michael open? This is
Michael's got to open it,
Here.
Lauren.
Lauren.
Michael open. Open.
Be careful with that.
Let me have your hat.
Kelly, let Michael hold back. Kelly, let Michael do it.
Where did he go?
He doesn't care.
I didn't, I fixed it.
What's he playing with a ribbon?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, cool.
Oh, even Steven has a hat.
Wow. Well, I'll have to put them back on a rack for those.
I don't think so.
No.
Put him out. What do you mean put it back on a rack?
Put him back on the rack.
Taller? No, this is 24 months. It
Yeah?
looks like it was.
They rolled him up. I don't know.
Wait, no.
Look at him putting the gold on his head.
I don't know who it's from. I have no idea where that's from. How about handing me the card? Thank you. I'm assuming that all the Salvation stuff goes together.
That's cute paper. He's happy with the bow.
Hey, cousin.
Like the whole bag full of
You're the neatest cuz there ever was. Happy birthday, Annie and Lauren.
I'm just not pretty.
No matter who puts them on, they look still him.
Yeah. Ben's keeping his on.
He's the only one, huh? He got a cheese thing or something in his bag. You know,
Look how cute.
crackers. I don't know.
And look on the back.
Look on the back.
Oh, great.
Little Woodstocks with fire hats.
And little shorts. Isn't that cute?
They're all
that
dolled up
big
for
one?
summer.
We'll get to the big one.
That's
I got that in Florida, actually.
We'll move this one because the big one goes. Who watches the bulge in it?
Oh, this has a card too. Okay. Wait a second. All right, let me just slide it over now that I can do this.
That's cute paper.
Yeah. Whoa.
Big bow on this one.
Wow.
orange.
Wow!
Is that the one that makes noise?
Oh, boy.
Boy, I hope Dad doesn't break it when he's riding it around.
Oh, already the cute shower to push the button.
Lauren, we don't need any more demonstrations.
Fill up with water too?
Or beer.
Stop it. Got one of the batteries out.
Is you getting me back to the ball?
There was one
For the-
that I looked at, but the siren wasn't loud enough.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Getting you back for the what?
Danny.
For the bouncing balls.
Oh.
Hey, Dan, get away from this, please.
It's not that loud. It's muted almost.
No, that's not bad at all.
To me, that on hardwood floor.
Yeah, see? So she got
Right. Two different kinds of sirens.
Janine, I must have been bad because mine's louder.
You have one?
Different. It's a fire. No, it's a fire engine. Yeah, it's a fire engine. It's different than that.
Come here.
Let me
You want to go see Dan?
Dan. Daniel. Come on now, buddy.
He likes to talk on a telephone.
I don't know how this goes.
It goes on just like that, but you gotta
That's it, I guess.
work it down into the holes.
It's good for walking, right? You want to sit on it?
Yeah, let's see. Hey, give him the
Yeah, he
phone.
just
Oi.
did.
Hello.
He saw this and he just went like this with
Hello.
his hand.
I taught him how to. Hello.
Here.
I think he gets that from the side.
Wow.
Look at that, Mikey. And he's got the uniform on for him.
Here. Here.
Mikey, say hello. Hello. Say hello. Hello.
Says the cord's not long enough.
There ain't nobody on there.
Oh, good. We'll need those.
Gotta climb in there.
Thank you, Dan. Oh, to put this in, huh? You just put, it says to push the bar in. So I did it right. We'll get this, can you put this back in the box for me now? Thank you. Who can throw some of this paper in the trash can for me?
Let me get the can from.
I can go right over there.
There we got one of the biscuits.
Oh, good.
You had
The only
it
thing that's bad about those is when they dry out, you gotta get it off.
Take a chisel and scrape it off.
High pressure hose will do it too.
Park it.
Park it again.
Everybody sit down.
You gotta do that.
Gotta have that one.
Michael, look.
Steven's got one of those.
That one's
Oh, wow, good job.
much nicer.
Another one.
That's alright.
That's a little.
That's a little. Okay, what
I
else?
had one in Florida.
How
My sister-in-law.
How about right here? Why do you have to go in
She
the
called
back?
in and had them give a cake at the table. Then he's got one today, and then in 2 weeks when my other side comes back from
Don't
Florida,
not
we'll
yet.
have a
I'll have
cake.
another one with your family.
Wow. 4 cakes.
Yeah, like Danny. Danny had
Huh.
4 or 5 cakes.
This is his fourth one now because we had cupcakes on his birthday.
Well, yeah,
Well, it was kind of a mini party.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was just enough to break apart and smear all over the floor.
Yeah, Danny had one in Florida. Then the night that they came back, I had a cake. Then he had a cake with everyone. What was the 4th one?
4 of you?
Yes.
He had 4. One in Florida.
That's cute.
no, we had 2 days
Right
before.
in there.
Oh, okay.
Birthday and his birthday.
Okay.
Wow, a
Look at him trying to listen on a telephone. Michael, hello. Hello.
This doesn't have any words in it.
No, you make up your own story.
Oh, no.
Oh, Bob is good at that.
That's no problem. Well,
Bob is good at that.
I like the story something made up in Calvin's house. And his father's telling the story. Look at those.
what's that?
Calvin house where his father makes up the story.
Oh yeah.
Boy. Hey, that ain't right.
Sit down with your lollipop.
Oh, Lauren can't take care of the paper.
Thank you.
Sit down.
Someone.
Is that for me? Cool. Thank you.
He's got his own hat now.
Hey Mike.
How big?
He's like,
Wait a minute.
Huh?
He gets a little bit more hair, he's gonna need that.
That's for sure.
Hey, Mikey. Michael.
Hey Mike. Nice hat.
Cool as that, buddy.
Wow. Wow. Steven's got a pair of red sunglasses. They're so funny.
What's this?
He got it stuck in his ear.
Yeah, it'll last for about 2 minutes.
Come on, Mom.
Look at Dad. Look at Dad.
He's not happy with it.
Sure.
Put them
Cover my
on,
eyes,
Judy.
cover
It's
my
so
eyes
difficult
like that.
world.
As soon as you put them on, all of the kids moved in front too, so I got no pictures.
Face change.
We'll work on those.
Yeah, he's not happy with the one.
Go put it in
Love
the
it.
then.
Isn't that cute?
Oh, that's great.
How's the bag?
What about the bag?
Dan. See, hey, he
Kind of
got
annoying,
about
Dan.
that, Janine.
Dan! Plant it.
Kelly, where's the card?
Careful
That's-
with the,
Kelly Ann, get the card, honey.
yeah, careful
Come
with
on.
the,
That's not the card.
Where's the card to that?
that goes with this.
Oh, it does? Okay.
That looks like it's one of those other vitamins. No cards. Look
Whole
it.
thing's going into overdrive over there.
That's the right side hat on. That's funny.
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I was waiting to see
Michael
what
Looks like it's got a hole in it, huh?
Say hello, Michael. Hello. Hello.
Could you
Does-
want to take
I don't know if it'll tape.
Yeah, that's
I think it's kind of ripped because it got wet. I don't know if it'll tape.
There's your
I
hat.
guess we have to keep
Go find a place.
looking at it.
Huh?
I guess we have to take this one off. And then we can have
Doesn't make any noise, Janine.
Hey, Janine,
good.
he's so busy. They don't even know he's got the hat.
Uh-oh.
Alright.
Looks like your thing's all fogged up, huh?
That's the same
They're all
thing as
foggy.
mine.
Yeah, now you might kind of races. Neato. You want to throw that away? Okay, thank you.
This is change around.
Yeah.
It's known as slave labor
That.
or child labor.
That's throwing away all the stuff.
Yeah.
I think only if you're going to pay them.
Yeah, okay.
So if we don't pay her, we're all right.
Child labor if you
Think you were
pay
that
them.
way.
Yeah, but if you don't pay them, isn't that slave labor?
Special boy. Michael, are you interested in anything else you're getting? Huh?
No, it's just I got this one.
This reminds me of Kelly's first birthday. I think I set her on something and she was, that's it.
Why?
Well, she was not interested in clothes, not, but at least you're welcome.
Uncle Bill and Kathy and Ben.
Winnie the Pooh Bear.
Alright.
Another
The
box.
last one.
Another box. I think it's just, I think it's clothes.
Okay, Dan. Way to spoil the surprise.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Short.
Wow.
How cute.
Cool.
Oh, and socks. You can use socks. Yes.
And look.
Look at that.
Yep, when I get that size,
How
time
cute.
to shop.
How you're gonna keep those socks on? I mean,
Now we're ready for summer, Michael.
Yeah, wonderful.
Sorry.
Hope he doesn't grow again.
what do you mean again?
Here's your
Thank you.
Push the button.
Thank you, everyone, from
Yeah.
Michael.
Actually, I hope he does keep growing because if he stops growing, there's laws against making kids do that.
Wait a minute, there's some more
Hey,
bags.
Michael! Yay! Michael! Come on, clap! Yay!
No.
Come on, clap!
What's in the
He's
bag?
overwhelmed.
He is.
Here, throw this
Look
away.
at him, he's shaking his head, yes. About something, yes.
Seems to be still pretty happy.
Right there.
What, Dad?
What, Cal?
Why don't you put them in your
What's in
bag?
the bag? The white bag.
Okay.
What white bag? Over there?
Yeah.
Those are more things for everybody else. You want to pass them out?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you bring the bag over here and we'll pass them out to everybody.
Thank you, pal.
Just stop.
Oh, no, you don't have one. You need one, too. Oh, you're going to have
Red.
Simba.
Yeah, and there's a
Good
strawberry.
Devin.
Seven.
Oh, there's names on it, huh?
Cool.
That's for Ben.
Then,
Kelly's got something for you. Wow. Say thank you.
Bring cake.
No, we won't open it now.
Okay.
Oh, you want
Kids know what that is? Good tip.
Hope so.
Now what? Now
Right
what?
now is a good answer. Stand with them. That's a good answer.
No standing on the chair.
I can see.
Lauren, back up.
Okay, everybody gonna sing?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Michael. Happy birthday to you.
No,
I'm over. I'm
no,
over.
Michael.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Blow, Michael.
I saw that.
I don't think I've seen him smile today.
He just smiled just now.
Yeah, we got to smile when he went yay before.
He just smiled just that second, just right then.
Wow, look at this plane.
He's got frosting on
Here. I'll take out the gate.
Thank you. Okay, alright. Everybody's gotta go sit down if they want cake.
Michael.
Go sit down if you want cake. Oh yeah.
it. I'll get it.
We need a kitchen down here bad. Get the bar going. What's that? Yeah, if they want it, if they want it. You can put them right on the plate with the cake. Just open them. Huh? Oh, you're gonna have? Go ahead. You didn't do it.
Go for it, Michael.
For now.
Where am I going to sit?
Dan, do you want cake or ice cream?
Ice cream.
Ice cream, cake or ice cream?
I know how to open those things.
You? We already got them open. We're gonna bring them over to you. Go sit down.
He's doing it.
Did you do it the first time?
Wow. Make a wish. I wish everybody.
Okay, go sit down.
Okay.
Wash it.
Oh, it's too noisy. We'll get it by the top.
Put it out.
Cut that in half. Put it on the plate. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how much.
Supposedly not blowing out candles. There's time to do it because they have iron filings.
You don't want to cut that in half?
Well, yeah, it doesn't matter. If they can eat it.
2 more.
Do a bit and fly back. They took it out.
He's going,
This gray one. This little one.
Nope. Okay.
It's all set for St. Patrick's Day.
Whoops. Let's go down before you get your head
Right
so
down?
full of blood you won't be able to see.
Dan, where you been since you changed your socks?
Go all over.
No, where hasn't he been?
Well, I'm going to...
I think it's that peanut. Come here, let's like
is that good? Is that good?
I got you.
They got all of
Look at him.
He's smiling now. Wow.
He says, I went through this a couple times already.
The half pieces were the answer to the finish.
Well, that's good. Did he eat the ice cream too?
Yeah.
Really?
What's the little lean for?
Hey, Jenny, what is this with the little pieces they were
Looks like
taking?
I'm gonna have to bring it in here.
He's being neat about it.
Look at it.
That's
There
good.
he goes. He stuck his whole hand in
No,
there.
but he says, no, that's too big. You're not gonna let him do it himself?
cleaning them.
Aww.
Say, now that you're gonna get rid of your rug, no one spilled a thing. If you're gonna keep it, there would have been all these spills.
What is that?
Wow, Kelly, you finished too. Hey, Harold, let's go with one finger. Uh-oh.
Here's
Look at Mom. Kelly's plate.
Wow.
Gotta be a first to have all the kids come up 100%. Well, also has a lot to do with portion control.
Here's his fire engine. Mwah. What do you hear?
Who is that?
This guy.
Turtle.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Ice cream.
Mom,
Yeah?
is this mine?
I don't know. I didn't put names on those. Is there one in your bag? You have to find your bag with your name on it. Cal?
I got tricky toes. Gotcha. Oh, he does.
Say happy birthday. Yes, we have another birthday to go to. Mother's.
Really?
Yeah.
What's her date?
Make a mess.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's nice.
When are you gonna change the rug, Jenny?
I don't know.
You had an appointment made, though.
Well, we did, but then
What happened?
we canceled it. Well, we had to pick out the rug.
No, I thought it was coming up. Just coming week.
No. It was the 8th.
I think I got a refrigerator.
So now you don't know when they're gonna do it?
You're having fun. Yeah.
Don't you like that difficult frosting on his face? Ah, yeah.
You need some milk to wash all that down.
Really?
Where's the ice cream?
He has cake up his nose.
He's got it like hanging off his chin too.
Yeah, something string there. Something hanging.
Sort of connected to his wool.
I don't know. It wasn't jewel. It was something else. I don't know. Hey.
No, she's not. She's blowing a little thing at
He
you.
likes that. He likes that.
I think it's funny.
Lauren, don't annoy Kelly.
That's okay. Kelly's been doing a lot of annoying today, so she's getting it back.
He likes that, Jimmy. Look at him. He smiles at it. He likes when you blow that. See? Because Kelly blows it at his thing. Oh, you know? So he knows what it is. Look at him.
She's laughing so much to blow.
Look at her.
Look, he gets excited, Janine, when he's coming around the corner.
Find one.
I see it. He gets all excited.
What happened, Jan? Yours isn't going out anymore. Uh-oh. Now, Kelly, how come yours doesn't make noise?
He has to stop opening his mouth. Don't open the door.
Oh, that's no good.
Yeah, you gotta stir it.
Hi. What?
Where's his feet?
I don't know. Underneath his legs.
It's on the floor. On the floor. Like,
I don't know if he doesn't want to be pushed or what. Careful, you don't tip. Look at this. Just leave him sit there. I think he likes just sitting there. Oh, we found that.
What is that?
I don't know.
The window?
The window. Like this. Go ahead, do that. And look at Mom, how you drive.
Hi. 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 Hi.
Michael, wave bye-bye to Mommy. Wave bye-bye. Michael, wave bye-bye to Michael. I mean, Mommy. Good. He started to. Hey, Kel, don't play with this here because we're trying to get him to drive this car.
Michael.
Wave bye-bye to Mommy. Wave bye-bye to Mom.
Michael.
Wave bye-bye to Mom. What's the phone doing over here? Hey, wave bye-bye to Mommy. Go ahead.
Bye-bye.
Wave bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wave bye-bye to Mommy. Good. Hello. Hello.
Watch this, guys.
I don't have it.
Watch this, guys.
Say, uh-oh, Michael. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't like the way you're saying it, though. That sounds like a fresh no-no. Drive, Michael. Drive. Go ahead.
Push it, Michael. Push the button. You gonna say hello? Say hello. Say hello. Hello.
They go over there. Go jump. I'm gonna let them fly.
And the rest of the gang at Eureka's Castle. Here on Nick Jr.
Michael, push the button. Push the button.
Go. Yeah.
Push the button. Wow. Uh-oh. What happened?
This fireman. Let's go. Carlos, push the button. Push.
Oh, because you're too busy getting me up. That's all. Yeah.
Whoa. Look at Nutcracker song. Nutcracker. Is that a Nutcracker song?
Yes, it is. Watch Michael. He's going to stand up. I'm going to see you. Stand up. Go ahead.
There's a button there.
Go ahead. Stand up, Michael.
Push it up and then
Go ahead, stand up. Go ahead. I'm watching.
There is 2 fires. The other lady that lived there had kids, and the man who lived there had kids too, and they died. It was too late.
Oh, near. Yay! Come on. Come on. Do it so we can say yay. Hurry up.
See that?
Yay!
This is gonna be way up.
Good boy.
It's way up. See, it's way up. This man is going up there.
Leave it there, Cal. He walked over to see that.
You walk?
Yes, he did. See how far he got over there?
He can walk now by himself.
Well, he's getting there.
He can walk.
Yay!
Yay!
Uh-oh.
Try it again, try it again. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Hamming it up. Hi.
I think this present a valuable addition to our modern lifestyle. They're techno trousers. Ex-NASA. Fantastic for walkies. All you do is attach the lead on here, then program it. Walkies, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Have a nice walk, Robert.
Cal. Cal.
Come to rescue your sister. Don't push that.
Now take a pic of the video of me jumping. Good stuff.
What?
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
You. that bat.
What bat?
The yellow one.
I don't see a yellow bat. Yeah.
Daddy never get to me.
Never what? Never what? Never catch you?
Thank you, Mike, when you want to talk to me. Ow!
Ow. You got hit in the behind.
I get down.
What?
Michael Jackson like me.
Michael, can you put those away? Can you put them away? That's the boy. Put it away. Put them away. Put them away.
That Cal? A puzzle.
That looks great.
Michael, it's yours. Cal, pick up. Set these down.
I thought you said you... How many eggs did you find, Cal?
3.
It looks like more than 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 2 times 3. Here, Michael.
Why don't you go sit next to Michael and open your basket, Cal? Or you want to open his first?
His first.
Okay.
I'll help you open the cab, because it's a big
Maybe Daddy can help with the card.
Want me to read it?
Yeah, they're cheeky.
For a nice boy. Just a happy Easter tide for our special little guy. But to hear you are feeling better of the Easter Bunny. Time to teach the Easter Bunny how to spell.
Candies are not good life.
Book. The puppy book.
And number 1, bunny. And number 2, Teddy.
God bless you, Mom.
Thank you.
3, looking
Michael's like, oh, what's this stuff?
Right here. Four swimming fish and the crayon. 5 sailing boats leaving. 6 scared chickies on the road. 1 Mom, this is not an Easter.
It doesn't have to be.
Or cookies for Easter. 6, 7 peppers flying by.
Wow, Michael, what's that stuff, huh?
8 seashells standing by. 9 pumpkins all around. Hey Mom, this is for Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Dad, what's this for Halloween? Boy, it looks this one. This looks pretty. Okay. Something in here, huh? 9 pumpkins all around. 10 flowers all around. 11 pencils I can see. 12 men, that's 16.
That's 16. Pretty good reading, Kel. That's very, very good.
Let's see this one. Mom, this one looks like the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Mom, I mean Dad, what are they?
I'm going to read that card to you again,
Why?
so Mommy can put it on tape. Here's collecting Easter eggs. Okay. So, Michael,
Don't have to scratch my
an
book.
Easter story for you. Have you ever wondered where the Easter Bunny lives? What he's like, how he makes the Easter eggs he gives? I think Michael likes that Easter egg. Well, he lives deep in the forest and his name is Barnaby Bunny. He has a wife named Bernadette, but he usually calls her Honey. He calls her Honey Bunny. Barnaby has a factory where he keeps his eggs and dyes. And he has a trained friend named Chicory Chick who helps him supervise. Then after weeks and weeks of work, the job is finally done. Easter time is here and there are eggs for everyone. So get up bright and early when Easter Day is here. And you might see Barnaby Bunny giving you some eggs this year. Happy Easter. I'm glad to hear you are feeling better. Of the Easter Bunny. That was awfully nice of the Easter Bunny to come after you feeling better. indeed.
Wee wee, buddy. I have a hard time on this. Here.
He's trying to figure out what those little things are. He likes the Easter grass.
Hey, Mom.
What's that? Oh, neat. Is that a coloring book?
Dad, coloring book pet, Easter pet.
Wow.
Mom, see it? Here, Dad.
Tell you what, just leave it down. I'll see it later.
Oh boy, here comes another. Another one. See, I'm getting a lot of ones here. Look it. We got another one.
Mmm, that looks good.
Hey Mom, I got a wallet, a Barney wallet.
Ooh. You can put your money in there.
But I need money.
So does everybody else.
Well, we could arrange that. And then when we go shopping, you can buy something?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can put it in my gift, right? My pocketbook. This is a key wallet.
Mm-hmm.
And I can keep it on the key.
Michael just has to disassemble the pile of cards that are find his.
Mom!
Oh, look at that.
What's that?
A candy wrapper. I would like to eat that after supper, Mom.
Okay.
We don't want to eat in the morning.
No.
That's going to be weird food in the morning. What is this thing with? Oh, chocolate. Trying to get everything out of the back.
Thank you.
Trying to get out of this bag, Dad, I need a little bit of help over here.
Okay. Put some of this Easter grass away. So Michael doesn't eat it.
Easter grass.
He wasn't eating it. He was playing with it.
Dad, look at it. This opens up. And if I want to buy something, I can bring this with me, right?
Yeah.
I like this. Hey, Dad, what do you think this is? Mom! A Grover cake! And here's this that I already wanted.
What's that?
This is my Lion King necklace.
Your Lion King necklace?
Yes. Now I have 2 Lion King necklaces.
You do?
But where's the other one?
I don't know.
I had it one day on a dance in school, and
Yesterday.
I had it the other day and it just fell off while I was dancing.
It's hard to dance when you're wearing necklaces.
Yeah. Oh, this doesn't.
Ready to help you open it?
Yeah.
Get your chickie, Michael.
Hey, Mom, I got this.
Get your chickie. Get your chickie. Over there.
From Sesame. Dad, where are these?
You know what this is, Kel? It's like a book and a tape. So you read the book and Grover reads the tape, or it tells you the story at the same time.
He says, I'm going to do my own egg hunt. Let me throw them on the floor.
What are yours?
Dad, look at I got a fish. He's playing games.
You know what? I brought you this. I brought you that home with me.
What is that anyway?
This is a fish game. Card game. We can play that later. And you know what? You know what this is?
What?
This is a shirt that I brought for Michael. It won't fit you. You're too big. It's for Michael. Isn't that a nice shirt?
Yeah. That has balloons on it.
Yeah.
What does that say?
It says, hello from Cleveland. That's where Daddy was.
What do you think?
You know what else
What?
I had brought you? Did you find a magnet? Yeah.
Over there. Over there on the wall. Mama knew.
Want to go show Michael how that looks? Oh, boy.
Hold it in your hand, Kelly.
Make her like that, right? Hey, Dad.
Hold it in your hand. Look.
What are these candies are? Not
What are those?
stencils. Tiny stencils.
What was that?
Not a lot of jelly beans.
Yeah?
Yes.
Let me see. Wow. You don't like jelly beans, do you?
I'll have to eat them.
No, I don't.
Is that it?
No, there's candies in here. But I can't have candies.
Okay.
I can't have candies for breakfast.
Okay.
You're right.
Candies for breakfast?
What's this?
Ew.
What's this, Cal?
Wow. That's what they want. Michael, you want
The
this?
Domino's?
Michael,
No,
you want,
Cal.
you want,
Don't.
want this? This is good thing you want.
I'm glad I vacuumed yesterday.
Yeah.
It's good.
Looks like I'm going to be doing it today, too.
Yep.
Mike, you like this? Like this? Dad, let's move everything out of the way.
Why?
Because.
He's putting all the eggs back in the basket over there.
Oh, that's
He's-
good.
Although you might find something in between the cushions.
Dad, can you please open this?
Not right now.
Dad.
Kelly,
I like it. I want to build it.
that's a big puzzle.
I can build it myself.
You probably can, but that's a big puzzle, and it's going to take you some time to build it.
busted your back, you've nearly drowned yourself, and your car wash is still hit or miss. Next time, use a Shawala. A Shawala wash is the fastest, easiest, most thorough car wash there is. The giant washing surface cleans your entire car in no time, with the same type of material used in professional brushless car washes. So tough, it's virtually indestructible. And look, it would take all these ordinary sponges to equal the surface washing area of one Shawala. Nothing can hold more soap. Have a van? Then you've got to have a Shawala. No climbing, no straining. The extra long handle reaches even the highest vehicle. Cleans wheels and tires in seconds. There's never been a better wash than a Shawala wash. It's only $19.95, so order yours now.
Call toll-free 1-800-453-1902 or send $19.95 plus shipping and handling to Shawala, 2 Morgan Avenue, Norwalk, Connecticut. For fastest delivery, use your credit card and call now. 1-800-453-1902.
Hello, everyone, and from all of us here at Inside Winston Cup Racing and TNN, a very happy Easter. It's an off weekend for the Winston Cup Series, but the Busch cars ran yesterday in Hickory, North Carolina. We'll recap a wacky day where Johnny Benson didn't really win the race, he survived it. Then we'll continue our conversation with Derek Cope. His mane and tail team is off to a strong start, followed by a look at some of the surprises so far this season. Who's hot and who's not. All ahead on the Easter edition of Inside Winston Cup Racing for Sunday, April 16th.
Today's show is brought to you by Texaco Haviland Formula 3 Motor Oil. Add more life to your car. Cold-filtered Miller Genuine Draft, making the world a very cool place. And by Goodyear, #1 in racing, #1 in tires.
I get here early to stock up on Texaco Haviland Formula 3 Motor Oil because it gives my engine complete protection.
Me too.
Michael Andretti.
Texaco Haviland Formula 3 is formulated to control volatility and fight vaporization. And it's the same oil used by championship racing teams.
Empty.
Tough track, huh?
Take it to the star.
Miller Genuine Draft Rusty Wallace stock car. Awesome when opened up.
It doesn't matter if you're the best driver. It doesn't matter if you've got the best car, or the best crew, or even the shiniest wheels on the track. If you don't have Goodyear Eagle tires, well, you're just not going to win the NASCAR championship.
Goodyear, #1 in racing, #1 in tires.
Without Goodyear, you're not going to win one of these. Believe me, I know.
This spring, Napa is celebrating its 70th anniversary with low prices on some great parts and accessories. Pick up Napa motor oil for only 89 cents a quart, a Napa lawn and garden battery just $17.99, or buy Napa Sensatrack shocks or struts and get 60 minutes of free long-distance calling. So stop into Napa soon, your complete auto parts source since 1925.
We keep America running. We keep America running.
Today's Busch Series highlights are brought to you by Texaco Haviland Formula 3. Add more life to your car. Johnny Benson and the Lipton T Chevrolet Monte Carlo have certainly been in the spotlight this season. A win in Atlanta, the lead in the points, and then yesterday at Hickory, another trip to victory lane. But if you think the highway is crowded with cars this weekend, take a look at a true traffic jam. David Green's Slim Jim Chevy led the field to the green flag at Hickory, and patience was rewarded through the early laps. After quick cautions for a couple of spins, Hermie Sadler emerged as the leader, chased by Johnny Benson, Dennis Setzer, David Green, and Chad Little. After caution flag stops shuffled the front runners, Sadler and Setzer led the parade back to the point, with Sadler shaving Johnny Rumley from the lead as the field took the caution for the 5th time. When green flag racing resumed, Benson roared into the lead, with Green and the Stanley Tool Chevy of Larry Pearson storming toward the front. Chad Little looked to have the best car, but that seldom matters at Hickory. The Bear Extra Spring Ford muscled into the lead at halfway, with Pearson marching into second and a talented cast battling right behind. Pit road was a nightmare. Most of the leaders stopped under caution number 6, but getting out was another story. Pearson lost precious time with a second stop because his crew simply couldn't reach the right side tires in the cramped pit lane. Meanwhile, Little continued to set the pace, with Green, Benson, and Setzer in pursuit. After the 7th caution, Pearson got tangled in traffic with Rumley on the restart. In fact, the last 60 laps produced 7 caution flags. But Little and Benson were a delight to watch. Door to door for the lead for several laps, a lead Little would not relinquish. On lap 254, Green nudged Benson, then got tagged by Setzer when both drivers tried to gobble up the same piece of racetrack. Caution number 10 ended the day on the track for Tracy Leslie, but he appeared ready to go a few more rounds on pit road. With under 20 to go, Pearson got sandwiched on the backstretch, and that finally ended his chances. But the most bizarre incident on this wild day occurred when Kevin LePage, trying to get a lap back with just 10 to go, took Little, the leader, right out of the race. Chad's Harris Teeter Ford crumbled to a 23rd place finish. The remaining cars managed to run the final 6 laps without a caution. Johnny Benson inherited the lead after Little crashed. The Lipton T Chevy had been stout from the start and wasn't threatened the final 2 miles. Sadler worked his way around Mike McLaughlin and into second. Benson started 5th, led 19 laps, and picked up his 2nd win of the season.
Johnny, several good cars out there. It just looked like anybody that gets in the wrong situation at the wrong time, it could go away from you. What was the worst situation you were in all day?
I don't know. There's a couple of just this last one here with Chad. I mean, that wasn't good, but you know, you take him as you get him, and he ran a great race all day, and you know, their team deserves good credit for this race. Just, you know, it didn't end up good for him, but our guys worked hard. We're running second, so we'll take it when we can.
The post-race story certainly focused on Chad Little, clearly the leader and well on his way to the win before that late race wreck. Following the event, Chad spent some time with NASCAR officials, then talked with Randy Pemberton about the incident.
You know, you could say that's just racing, but I'm not going to say that because you got to use your head more than that. That's what the series are for that lead up to the Busch and Winston Cup levels, is to get those mistakes out of your system so you don't make them at this type of level. And I know this is a stepping stone series still to Winston Cup, but these things shouldn't happen. There's no reason for it. And, you know, Kevin made a mistake today. We've already talked, and, you know, he apologized, and he knew he was wrong, and, you know, we just hope it won't happen again.
Okay, well, I'm glad you had a chance to talk to him. You're a class act for coming out and talking to us. We appreciate it. Sorry for the tough luck.
Yeah, well, I'm just, you know, I'm real happy that we had a good car, and hopefully just put a new clip on it and bring it to Loudon.
Okay, we'll see you in about 4 weeks. Thanks, Chad.
Thank you.
It was a great race today, and my call was very temperamental to when the sun went in. And when the sun was at the first part of the race, my call was great, and when the sun went in, it just tightened up too much in the middle of the corner. I couldn't get that jump up off the corner, but all in all, we're where we need to be as far as improving as a team. Our pit stops were good, and I think I drove a little better today. I've been a little disappointed in my performances personally, and maybe this will get us going. We go to New Hampshire, maybe try it up there where we've had some success.
Happy for everybody involved with this French's Mustard, Black Flag, and Sexicide Chevrolet. You know, you work hard to finish good, and it doesn't always happen. And when you have a good finish, you're glad for everybody.
Do you think yourself, your team, you're gaining ground, gaining confidence in one another, gaining knowledge?
Definitely. You know, every race helps. You have a couple good races, and you really feel like you're gaining a lot, and then you'll have a bad one and kind of set you back to reality a little bit. But overall, we're a good, solid team, and we're looking forward to a lot of good runs.
We needed this to have a good attitude there at the race shop there, and so we can get ready for the second half. You know, this team's getting stronger and stronger. A lot of people don't realize that.
So we're excited to get another top 5, 2 top 5s here pretty early in the season. So we're ready to do something spectacular and maybe get up there and win us one pretty soon. Well, as the saying goes, it's not over till it was over, and it wasn't over for Chad Little. Got taken out in the closing laps, and of course, we finally did get a chance to talk to him after he was in the NASCAR trailer for several minutes in a form of protest. But Chad Little, a class act. Hickory, a wild race. Bill, back to you.
Okay, Randy, thanks a lot. A busy week off the track for several Winston Cup teams. As anticipated, Steve Kinzer has left the Quaker State Ford. Hut Strickland takes over on a race-to-race basis. It was a mutual agreement to part between Kinzer and car owner Kenny Bernstein. Kinzer gave it everything he had, but the results were disappointing to all. And with the team missing races, something had to be done. Ernie Irvin continues on the road to recovery, this time on the road course at Road Atlanta. His times were good. Ernie did crash late in the session, did some damage to the race car, but Ernie was okay. Groundbreaking this week for the Texas Motor Speedway, Bruton Smith is building in Dallas-Fort Worth. More than 2,000 fans on hand, along with Jeff Gordon, Terry Labonte, and Bobby Labonte. The state-of-the-art mile-and-a-half oval plans to seat 150,000 fans. No guaranteed race dates for the track, but Smith and company continue to work with NASCAR, hoping to secure a Winston Cup event. We'll join Ned Jarrett at Hickory Motor Speedway in just a moment. First, a look at the rest of the finish order from Saturday's race. Congratulations to Johnny Benson, and once again, Happy Easter, everyone.
In the middle of my workday, I don't do power lunches. I do power lifts. And when you work out this hard, you better use a deodorant that works hard too and never quits. That's why I use Speed Stick. It gives me 110% protection that lasts all day. And fortunately, all night. Because while I may not have time for lunches, I always manage to find some time for dinner.
Speed Stick, like you, it never quits.
5 minutes.
Today on TNN Outdoors, an in-fisherman, learn from the walleye wizard, Al Linder, and discover the art of angling. On Bill Dance Outdoors, from two-step to tango, Bill makes all the fish dance. On Bassmasters, Ray Scott hosts top tournament action where it's a test for the best. And on Hank Parker's Outdoor Magazine, catch big fish and big fun. Reel in all the action today on TNN Outdoors.
Hi, I'm Rick Benjamin. It's the Easter weekend, but there's still plenty of racing action. On the AM edition of Race Day this Sunday morning, we'll recap the Busch Grand National round at Hickory, the Super Trucks in action in California. All the highlights Sunday.
All you need to know about motorsports. Race Day. Today, 11:30 a.m., 10:30 Central, only on TNN Motorsports.
They call the Hickory Motor Speedway the birthplace of the NASCAR stars. Such drivers as Harry Gant, the late Bobby Isaac, Junior Johnson in his early days, and Dale Jarrett, and yours truly, all got our starts here on this .363 mile track. And I suspect Derek Cope got his start on a similar track in the state of Washington where he grew up. You know, he started driving for the Bobby Allison team last year, and the chemistry and the communication seemed to start almost immediately with them, and as a result, they're having a lot of success this year. Last week, Randy Pemberton talked to Derek on this program, and this week we continue that conversation.
Derek Cope is coming off a dismal 30th place finish in last week's First Union 400 at North Wilkesboro. The team tried a somewhat radical race setup that just didn't complement the worn-out condition of the track surface. That, along with the NASCAR rule allowing teams to mount only a certain amount of tires for the entire weekend, effectively forced them to ration their rubber and save it for the race. Ultimately, that kept them from making long runs in practice and possibly hampered them in hitting the setup. But Cope and company are keeping their heads high as they head for Martinsville next Sunday. Win, lose, or draw, this team believes in Derek, and Derek believes in them.
Are you better than you were a year or two ago in the season? I think so. I honestly believe that. I think that, you know, my focus is better. My confidence is a lot better because I think the Busch thing really reinforced my ability to go out and win, run up front, qualify up front. I've always felt like I was a good qualifier. I could manipulate a race car, but I could never ever stay there. And my confidence grew. And now when I sat in the seat, I was carrying over the chassis things that I was implementing into the car on Saturday. I was going over and putting in the car on Sunday with Jimmy and working with it, and it was working and it was helping. So it just was a reinforcing of those thoughts. So my confidence grew and our productivity was, grew.
Cope and his contingent are definitely coming, but it's where they are going that is important. This team has stuck together through thick and thin, and Derek is hoping that he can take the team to victory lane, a place that Bobby Allison hasn't seen since winning the Daytona 500 as a driver back in 1988.
Well, it would mean a lot for me to be the person that took them back, or helped take them back collectively. They're a great group of people. I'll tell you, they stay within themselves, first of all. They're a very tight-knit group, and I like that because I stay around my guys. And great car owners, Bobby and Frank, and it's just all the guys. I mean, it's a great situation, and our sponsors. I mean, Straight Arrow, Health South, Danka now. It's a real collective effort, and everybody's pulling together, and I think they see light at the end of the tunnel. We're trying not to get greedy, and we're trying not to, to overstep our progress, but we feel like that in due time that we can get it there, and to do that for Bobby especially, it would mean a great deal for me.
Derek Cope has just really done a nice job in this thing and continues to really put the effort in there, and I just feel very good about him. All I can say is these guys have supported me through the worst of times, and I just appreciate that so much because I feel really, really special toward each one of them. And, several of the guys go way, way back with me, but even the ones that are more recent acquaintances and involved in the project are just special people to me.
And you can't say enough about how camaraderie, chemistry, and commitment is helping to give this team continuity. And it's a good feeling for all involved.
Yes, that's true. I mean, it's wonderful. They all communicate really well. Jimmy Finnick, the crew chief, and Keith Allman. It's unbelievable. I mean, I actually view racing a lot different. I didn't realize how stressful it was before and how wonderful it really can be.
But the key to any team is being able to stand the test of time. For Derek and his guys, if they stay together, there will most certainly be a win in the near future.
I'm not one to really, relish the past or look back. I look for tomorrow. I forget about Bristol, what we did at Bristol or Darlington. I really want to run well tomorrow and continue on. I want to be in the top 10 points at the end of the year to feel like that I personally have grown as a race car driver and progressed. And I feel like I've been a little bit stagnant over the last couple of years. And I'm not one to be stagnant. And I'm working very hard right now. I mean, when I get in that race car, I want to run up front. I want to stay there. And these guys are the same way. And, they're a vindictive sort, I think, because they've been down and they've had people talk bad about them. They haven't said anything about it, but I think in their own hearts, they say, look, we want to prove to people or prove to ourselves, first of all, that we belong up there each week. And that's where we're at.
Sometimes things just don't work out the way that you would like. Last weekend at North Wilkesboro was perhaps the worst performance this year of Derek Cope and the Bobby Allison team, but they got this weekend off to get ready for Martinsville next week. Hey, we need to take a short break right now. Still to come, we'll have the mailbox. We'll also talk to some of the other drivers in Winston Cup racing about how they think their performance has been so far this year. We'll be right back.
I got no problem with a dog being tough, but you gotta control it.
Stop right there!
Yo, Shep, be cool. Some dogs have been trained to be antisocial. It ain't their fault. Come on, boys. You're acting like fools. See?
How you doing, Red Dog?
You got the goods. You don't have to prove it.
Red Dog beer. Bold yet smooth, easy to drink.
My friend, you are real brave. Or real stupid.
Monroe developed SensorTrack shocks to smooth out the road for a comfortable ride. But SensorTrack doesn't stop there. It's the only shock that also gives you extra control when you need it most. SensorTrack shocks and struts, only by Monroe, for comfort and control.
Employed by NASCAR, that was part of your question.
but we are sponsored by the gifts and contributions of people.
If you have a question, send us a letter at IWCR. We're at Box 240-417, Charlotte, North Carolina. The zip is 28224. Now, if we use your question on the air, you'll receive this embroidered Miller Genuine Draft Jacket.
For you fans in the Martinsville, Virginia area, or if you're getting to the Martinsville race early next week, you might want to consider going to the softball game on Friday night at Southside Park, Racing the Bases. It's a charity game. You'll have a lot of fun, we guarantee it. We need to take a short break right now. Still to come, we'll talk to some of the drivers about their season so far, so don't go away.
Next Sunday, the Winston Cup Series returns to action in Martinsville, Virginia. Rusty Wallace is the defending champion. Can Ford find a way to victory lane? We'll have the pre-race report from the Haynes 500.
We'll travel to the Elliott Neal Technical Center in Mooresville, North Carolina for a behind-the-scenes look at motor, chassis, and race car setups.
Hey everyone, this is Shania Twain, and I'd like to wish Inside Winston Cup Racing and all you fans a happy 10th anniversary.
From Texaco Clean System 3 gasolines to Haviland Formula 3 motor oil and Texaco antifreeze coolant, there's no better place to take your car than to the Star.
Add more life to your car. Take it to the Star.
People ask me to endorse the strangest things. A green recliner? Not much of a sitter. I like going fast. 68 Shelby, and there was only about 300 and some odd made. This car rips.
Pure oil now.
Keeping them up's half the fun. They all get Pure Later filters.
Pure oil later.
I snag them from the track.
Legends live. Pure later, pure later.
Peerless Faucet didn't come up with the idea for a spout long and high enough to reach over and into large objects. We merely adapted it for the kitchen. High-rise faucet designs by Peerless. Get more out of your faucet than just water.
Dear Thompsons, I depend on Thompson's Water Seal waterproofer, but when my crew ran out, they finished with another brand. Then I hear about it. But you could see the Thompsons working. The other side, nothing. Thompson's works for me. Ray Hayes.
Monroe developed Sensatrack shocks to smooth out the road for a comfortable ride. But Sensatrack doesn't stop there. It's the only shock that also gives you extra control when you need it most. Sensatrack shocks and struts, only by Monroe. For comfort and control. Get Sensatrack shocks. Call 1-800-STRUT now for a Monroe ride expert near you.
Oh, it's definitely a team sport. Everybody does their job. You get the car just right, and then it's up to me. TNN Motorsports. It doesn't get any closer.
Certainly Derek Cope and the number 12 team have been a pleasant surprise so far this year in NASCAR Winston Cup racing, and there have been other teams who have done very, very well. Of course, Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt and others, but there also have been some who have not done nearly as well as they expected to. Bill Weber takes a look at some of the teams in Winston Cup racing and how they have progressed so far this year.
First, the obvious. Jeff Gordon has been the main man in victory lane this season. The Hendrick team has won 4 of the first 7 races, and Dale Earnhardt's chase for his 8th championship title picked up more steam at North Wilkesboro. The Monte Carlo has burned the competition 7 straight times, and Gordon's sizzling start has him 3rd in points. But while some veteran teams are struggling, they're hoping that the summer heat will thaw their chilly start. Former series champion Bill Elliott has a new team and a new sponsor, but his season has started with a cold shake. He's 20th in points and still searching for the way back to the front.
You know, all the teams coming together, but it still takes time for them to gel and be 100%. You know, the problem is everybody puts you, kind of gauges you against the best. So if you're only 90% and they're maybe doing 110%, you're still 20% off any way you look at it.
Like Elliott, Jeff Bodine is battling a frosty start. Last season, his Exide team was hot. This year, he's found his Ford frozen back in the pack.
But honestly, just look at what's happened. The Chevy teams and a few of them had a lot better luck than the Ford teams. Ford has a lot of great teams out here, but we've all had some bad luck and haven't been finishing as good as we probably should have. And I think Ford should have won a couple races so far this year, but we haven't. So I'm not sure that imbalance is as big as a lot of people are making it out to be.
One of last season's biggest surprises was the strong showing of first-year owner-driver Ricky Rudd. A win at Loudon and 15 top 10 finishes fired up his team for 95. But even last year's blazing finish in the points hasn't been enough to take the chill off the Tide Ride's sluggish start.
Well, it really hadn't been that bad. I guess in about 6 races we finished in the top 5 2 or 3 times this year. We're trying to learn a little bit, trying to experiment with the cars a little bit. We've taken a setback once or twice with it, but all in all, it's gone pretty good. You know, it just seems like we've been one of the better Fords in every race, but that doesn't seem to be good enough anymore.
Last year, Steve Grissom was contending for the rookie title. Now he's chasing checkered flags. The addition of veteran crew chief Buddy Parrott has ignited this team, and despite missing the race at Richmond, the Meineke Monte Carlo sits solidly in the top 10.
What Buddy's brought to this team, is a lot of respect. He's got us a good team together. The guys are bringing good race cars to the racetrack. The Meineke's been around Winston Cup racing for a while. They know what they need, and that sure helps us out a lot. The Monte Carlos, they seem to be good cars right out of the box. They come out running. So our whole deal's been to start this season, try to get as many top 10 finishes as we possibly can, get as consistent as we can, and then try to get some top 5 finishes and hopefully try to get us a win.
Another new combination for 95 is flashy Tim Brewer and quiet John Andretti. The mix of skill and instruction has John logging laps with the leaders, hoping to explode into victory lane and ready to carve a big slice out of the points pie.
The first part of the season, I mean, we're tickled that we've been able to get the miles in, and that's how we learn. You know, Tim learns more of what I want throughout the race, and I learn more of what to tell him what I want throughout the race. So miles and experience is what it's going to take, and the more we get together and the more I get, the better we're going to get.
Bobby Hamilton was hired to replace Andretti and chauffeur the King's Carriage, and the combination of driver, car, and crew has unlocked some petty magic of old. The SDP Pontiac has finished every race, and the red-hot Hamilton already has 3 top 10s, 2 more than all of 94.
The cars are excellent race cars right now. Every one of our race cars are identical. All of them drive alike, and that's tough to do. And when you run good like we've been, just in a steady pace, that just pumps everybody up. And when you get a lot of morale built in there, them guys just work a lot harder to get better, and that's what makes everything click.
Well, I expect the next 7 races will produce a different set of circumstances for many of the teams in NASCAR Winston Cup racing. Well, our time's up for today. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you've had a great Easter weekend. We're off to Martinsville, Virginia next weekend, so you join us again here on TNN for more on Inside Winston Cup Racing.
Today's show has been brought to you by Texaco System 3 Gasoline. Add more life to your car. Gold-filtered Miller Genuine Draft, making the world a very cool place. And by Goodyear, #1 in racing, #1 in tires. Drivers, race teams, and race fans, have you ordered the new 1995 Team Simpson catalog? Don't get left out of the action. Call 1-800-71-RACIN' and join Team Simpson today. The official conversion van of Inside Winston Cup Racing is Gladiator by Glavel, America's #1 luxury van. Glavel, the way we put it together, sets us apart. Communications for IWCR are provided by Racing Radios, Forest Park, Georgia. Racing Radios, the official communications of NASCAR and the Winston Cup Series.
You're watching TNN, the Nashville Network. Today on TNN Outdoors, an in-fisherman, learn from the walleye wizard, Al Linder, and discover the art of angling. On Bill Dance Outdoors, from two-step to tango, Bill makes all the fish dance. On Bassmasters, Ray Scott hosts top tournament action where it's a test for the best. And on Hank Parker's Outdoor Magazine, catch big fish and big fun. Reel in all the action today on TNN Outdoors. You're watching TNN, the Nashville Network, the #1 source for country music, entertainment, and information.
Live. Buckle up for the ride of your life. It's called the Information Superhighway.
Video on demand.
Cable television has been paving the way for years.
Distance learning.